Alright ladies, thought I'd give a good update on one of my new bikes I've been riding. I've had this bike for about 4 months, been working on it for a while, trying to get it all dialed in and everything. So it's a 2006 Suzuki Ltr 450. Put a lot of work in here, a lot of research, the pros and the cons of the bike for sure. But it came out pretty good. Took me about 4 months of gathering parts and reading and research and kind of getting it for what the purpose I was going to use it for. And I'll go over all the mods I did and what went good and what's kind of tricky about the bike and all that good stuff here in a second. But here she is, finished product. Came out okay. I still got a couple of more mods to do, and hopefully I'll get some time to do those here shortly. So to start off, the seat cover is a HCC racing seat cover. Ordered that, and they shipped it out to me pretty easy. Kind of design like colors you want and all that stuff, and I'll pretty much put anything together for you. The graphics are OMX graphics. Pretty much you can get those on eBay, but there's the graphics kit. Again, you put the color scheme together, and they'll pretty much put it together any way you want to. And so OMX again did the graphics for me. It's the graphics kit. These grips are spider grips, A3 ATV. Anti-vibration spider grips. This is my first time using these. I've never used these before. They're pretty good. I only took these grips on one ride, but so far I liked them. So pretty good. I have a YOSHI start button mod right here. I got rid of that big toggle switch that used to be there that used to run the headlights and the hot start button or whatever, the hot start lever. Also have a Pro Armor kill switch. Well, let me back up. This YOSHI start button, it's actually a direct plug and play for the LTR. I did not splice into any wires or anything, because one of the things I was worried about in building this mod is reliability. So I didn't want to be splicing into wires and all that. So every mod you see is pretty much a plug and play. So this is a plug and play, plugged right into the OEM wiring harness. This Pro Armor kill switch was a plug and play. I did have to buy a separate kit for this, which I plugged in right here, right there, which was a plug and play as well. So there was no splicing to put this kill switch on, because I think this is a normally open circuit, so it was pretty tricky about I'm sorry, normally closed circuit, so it's pretty tricky about the kill switch. But this is what I use, works great. See what else. One of the next mods I put was these Reflex Levers. The OEM levers are huge and big and kind of clunky. I really like these Reflex levers. They're pretty much the same, but they're unbreakable. But I like it because I could adjust the distance between the grips and my fingers to fit perfectly. So I really like these levers, of how close they are and how function they are. So these levers are really nice. These handlebars are ATV 4-play bars. Normally on my quads I usually run the flex bars, but I did a little research and some guy had sent me a link to these for these ATV 4-play bars. These are built only for quads. You can't get these bars for dirt bikes or anything. They're pretty darn good. One of the things I really liked about them, and one of the things I did not like about the flex bars, is there's no fittings. These bars actually have Zerk fittings where you can lube right there. I don't know if you can see that, but there are Zerk fittings in here, so you can lube the bars. And you can see there they go. There they flex right there. And that's just me putting my hand down. But when you're riding it, there's the little elastomer right there. I've only used these bars on one ride. I took the bike out yesterday and I rode for about maybe 45 miles. And the ride I did before, I had the stock bars on here, and there's night and day difference between the ATV 4-play bars and the stock bars. I mean, huge difference. So far, I really like these bars. As far as price, if you're gonna buy the flex bars around the same price point, I actually bought these used off of the LTR forum, but they do have them new. And then the ones I got were a little bit reduced price because they were used, or actually a lot reduced price because they were used, but they work great. I really like these bars, man. If you get a chance to use them, scoop them up. I mean, everyone has the flex bars. I wanted something a little bit different, and these really helped my wrist as far as zeroing out on whoops and rocks and ruts. These things helped out a lot. So far, money well spent on the 4-play bars. I did have to use my own rig to kind of set it up, but there it is. Originally, I had a +2 stem on here. I took it off because when I put the +2 stem plus the raised ATV bars, it was just too high. It was great when I was standing up on the quad, but if you're trying to sit down, like your arms were about chest high, and it was too high. So I ended up putting the stock stem back on and took my anti-vibe stem off, and that combo seemed to have to work great with it. I had to adjust the cables and reroute the cables from out here to the inside to get a little bit extra room for all my cables. But these are not +2 cables. I actually got the stock ones to fit pretty good. And here's my anti-vibe stem, the JB Racing. This is the +2 stem that I took out because it was just too high. So I'll probably sell this. I don't really need it anymore. So if anybody wants to buy it, just let me know. I'll give you a darn good deal on it because it's going to go on eBay pretty soon. So again, stock stem, ATV 4-play bars, raise it about 2 inches by itself, and that's pretty nice the way that is. That setup's pretty darn good. I like these bars a lot. If you have any questions on it, you can go to either send me a message or you can go on the ATV4play, I think .com, and they have information about these bars. Not only that, they look awesome. Look pretty darn good. What else? The TUSK billet gas cap. This is not a stock tank. This is an IMS desert tank. This is a 3.6 gallon tank that I put on here because most of the riding I do is through, can be through the desert. It's pretty long, 50, 60 mile rides. So I did not want to worry about fuel when I'm on the field or in the field. So I definitely wanted the IMS tank. Becomes yellow. You have to do a couple of things like reroute the hose and the vents for the fuel tank. If you are going to go with the IMS tank, you will lose your sensor that tells you if you have low fuel. So there is no sensor on this tank. So that was the only thing. And I had to do a couple things with the brackets. It wasn't that hard of a mod to do, but feel free to do it. It's pretty cool. The fenders, I cut the fenders because I had these big bulky fenders, and the problem with how I ride or the stuff that I ride is I need to look down and I need to see line of sight of where my tire is going, because most of the trails I ride, there's big old cliffs right here, meaning my tire, there's only about 4 inches and I got a 200-foot cliff there. So me not being able to see my tires is a big no-no. So that was the main reason for cutting the fenders, because I need to see my tires and the line of travel that my quad is going in to try to avoid rocks and ruts and mainly cliffs, because I don't want to die when I'm out on the trail. So all I did is took a Dremel and cut it. I need to sand it and make it look pretty, but I took a Dremel and just kind of cut it up, and that was all. The front bumper is a Pro-Armor bumper. Pretty good bumper. One of the best mods I like on this thing is this Big Gun Evo exhaust. This thing is a beast. Big Gun Evo exhaust. Really pleased with it. Slip-on silencer. Makes the bike sound awesome. So Big Gun Evo, and what I it was the Handguards. So if you heel guards really need something to support the fender. ATP makes a fender support for LTR. And all you need to do is got the yellow chain. This is a mod, again, mod quad aluminum case saver. Threw that thing on there. It's pretty good. Can't be breaking cases out in the field. These rear wheels are Douglas wheels with the KENDA Claw XCR tires. These are 20 by 11 by 9s. KENDA Claw XCR tires. Pretty good. I am a little concerned because I've only done about 3 rides on these tires. They're already starting to kind of deteriorate on the leading edge. Most of the tires I run on my quads are Maxxis Razors, and I've been really pleased with those. But I decided to go with the KENDA Claw to kind of test something a little bit different. Good tires, good traction, but I am a little concerned about how fast it's wearing. I'm at this rate, I'll barely make it through the season, so we'll see. These are 6-ply tires. And then on the front, again, these are Douglas wheels. And these tires are STI Tech 4 MX tires. These are 4-ply tires. And the offset on the wheels, these are 4 plus 1, or 1 minus 4, whatever, however you want to look at it. And those are 5 plus 3s. The reason why I did that is because it brought the quad in about from 50 inches to about 48 inches, a little less than 48 inches. So these LTRs are known for being really wide. So when I brought in the narrow tires, I brought in about 2.5 inches total. So these are great tires. I've used these before. Been really pleased with them. Pretty much you ride on the single tread right here, which really helps your steering. This thing steers like it's on rails. I'm a big fan of single tread steering like this, as opposed to something like this. Like, this stuff is garbage. If you ever hit the gas and turn the steering wheel and your quad goes straight, this is the reason why. It's these big old funky tires up front that don't grip or anything. With this setup, this thing steers like it's on rails. Like, really nice steering. What else? So that's pretty much it on the outside. Oh, these are Meyer fender guards I put on. There's a battery. On my coolant, I use nothing but engine ice, because it gets really hot out here in California. So in the summer times, the engine ice is a must. And let's take this seat cover off. Got some stuff on the inside. All right, on the inside, I did the airbox removal, the lid removal. This one is a PRO-TEC airbox, open airbox. Been really happy with this thing. A lot of stuff I run is desert, real dusty, some mountains that are real dusty, and when it gets wet, of course. But this thing has some tabs. I use zip ties to put mine in, and it secures it in place perfectly. I really like this airbox mod. Pretty much I have a YOSHI cherry bomb with a big gun silencer, KIBBLE white black diamond valves, and pretty much that makes the bike a beast. It's really fast. It wants to come up in every gear. Really strong low end, mid range, and top end. I do think I need to get an aftermarket fuel management system. I might get that here next month or two, but The way it sits now, the bike is strong. Engine's really strong, pulls through the gears really nice. So really happy with everything I've done. And I wanted the engine to be stock, because my biggest thing is reliability. So I didn't want a whole bunch of mods in here for the engine. I really wanted it stock with just a couple of bolt-on mods to kind of bring it up a little bit. But the bike is a beast, and more importantly, it's reliable. Gotta have reliability. So there she is. I got rid of that black blob. They used to sit here. I mean, there was no reason to have it. All those sensors and stuff. More stuff to either break down or whatever. So I got rid of that. I got rid of that clutch positioning sensor that tells you have to have your clutch pulled in order to start the bike. I got rid of all that stuff. My headlight is actually unplugged. I have a cover that's supposed to go there, a beak. It just hasn't arrived yet. As soon as it comes, I'll mount that in and give an update on that as well. So that is pretty much it. The bike is good to go. Really, really fun to ride. Really fast. Strong, hits hard. The big gun exhaust sounds great. Really, really happy with the big gun. So let's get this thing fired up. Again, I got rid of that clutch positioning thing, so all you really have to do is hit the button. It should fire right up. So turn it on. There you go. Pretty fun bike, pretty easy to start, runs, idles perfect. Once you get through all the quirks of the LTR, little quirks you got to fix here and there, it's a good bike, but it takes you a little while to get through everything to make the bike reliable. Like one of the things I still have to replace is the tip over sensor. I gotta go in, they make a plug and play feel for that I have to buy and put that in as well. So a couple more things I have to do, but all in all, really pleased with the bike. She's really fun, pretty fast. There's the electric fan. I'm really, really pleased with the bike. Another toy, picked up this Yamaha Raptor 660 2004. Not a big fan of these Raptors, but it was such a good price. We'll see, fix it up, do something with it. Stand by on this one. I don't know. Not a big fan of Raptors, but we'll see. Looks good though. So there she is, ladies. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'll do the best I can to answer. Oh, here is the cover that used to go on the old tank. So if you get the IMS tank, you pretty much don't need this anymore. So there's the old cover. I have some Rockstar handguards. Probably need them out. Pretty nice. So feel free, if you have any questions, feel free to let me know. Okay, ladies.